While you may have heard of astrological ages, have you ever heard of astrological eras and phases? On average, astrological ages last about 2,000 years, astrological eras last about 180 years, and astrological phases last about 15 years. Now we all know the song, "This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius." That song was made in the Aquarius Era and the Aquarius phase of the Pisces Age. In hindsight, we will be in the age of Pisces until about 2160. Now, this is only in terms of tropical astrology. As per sidereal and true sidereal astrology, we have about 288 through 360 years of the age of Pisces to go. But what era and what phase are we in? Currently, we are in the Pisces Era. Now, the Pisces Era started in 1980, and that will continue until 2160. Previous to the Pisces Era, the Aquarius Era took place from 1800 to 1980. The Aquarius Age was known as the progressive era in history, as a lot of forward movement took place in society, as well as technological advancement and advancement in the Industrial Revolution. This is also a time where a lot of riots and protests took place against tradition as well. The 1960s would be a great example of this. Coming into the Pisces Era, we started off with the Aries phase that took place from 1980 to 1995. Now, this is a phase in life that crime rates were high, I'll take that as confirmation, as well as violence was at an all-time high as well. Gangs were formed, and especially during the 80s, everyone wanted to be on top and they did whatever they could to get there. This leads us into the Taurus phase from 1995 to 2010. The economy was really good during this time as violence was subsiding from the last phase. Also, this is a time when the euro was invented in 1999. Now, this is also a time where people were finding out what was in their contracts, opposite of Scorpio. In the 1990s, this is why a lot of artists were coming out saying that they were broke or that they couldn't really afford to live the lives that they have built for themselves. It is important to look at the sign opposite of what is on the phase to get a clearer analysis of what the phase is actually going to bring. Now, during the Taurus phase, this made way for new sources of income to be made. Insert the internet. The dot-com boom took off in the late 90s, which led to a revolution on the internet and the way that we use the internet to this day. Coming into the age of Gemini, which is 2010 through 2025, this was a new way on how to connect with the world around us, but also to communicate in ways that have never been done before. This brought about social media and new ways on how to connect with people, as well as new ways of learning. And let's not forget the expansion of knowledge and information being spread worldwide, Sagittarius. Starting to get the view? Click on my profile for part 2.